Is it? Will it be? Yes. We are talking with EdTech. Oh, wait. No, John Corippo coming up soon.
That's right. The official title I believe that he has is the instigator of Q Rockstar. He is now the Q Director of Academic Innovation and
Mhm.
also known as a helpful guy. John, welcome on the show.
Thanks for having me, boys. It's always fun.
Don't forget barbecue expert. Barbecue expert.
I'm not going to say, I would say aficionado. I'm not ready to go into a barbecue contest. Some of my pictures of barbecue that you see on the Instagram may be just me being a good photographer. But I,
Or
but
stock photos.
I will say that I've converted at least 10 vegetarians, so I'm doing pretty good.
Well,
Uh,
whatever filter you're using, they should name it delicious.
It's getting to the point where my family complains. They're like, Dad, you have to take pictures of the food. And I said, yes, I have to. That's just what it is. I have to. This is my art.
All right. Well, speaking of your art, you are an ed tech artist. What are you seeing right now that's the hot number one topic that we need to talk about in educational technology, John?
I'm going to hit you with a curveball.
Okay.
I didn't just freeze. I was pausing for effect. Um, I think that the hottest new thing in education and ed tech right now is dashboards. That's not what you're expecting, was it?
Dashboards. You mean like in your
Dashboards.
car?
No, 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 no. Data dashboards. So
Okay.
here's the thing that I've realized in the last couple of years. When I started in education, I started kind of late. It was '96, and it was the second career for me. But the only time I would get data would be when the district office printed out stuff on green bar, right? Remember that? You know, the dot matrix, and you'd get the green and white striped paper.
Yeah, the pin.
And but it has recently occurred to me that a lot of teachers are in that mindset of data is something that happens once a quarter or once a semester, and then meanwhile they're dumping all this data into their grade books, and it made me go, I don't think we're looking at this right? So the what I'm liking is some of your newer interfaces. I'm going to throw out some name brands. Are name brands acceptable on this show?
As long as they're accompanied with a disclaimer.
Okay, I don't use any of these products. Is that a good enough disclaimer? I'm just a fan. But there's about I'm going to name about 3 or 4 tools that you guys have heard of. Khan Academy.
Yeah, I think I've heard of that one. Yeah.
Never
There's
heard of
one. There's that's a whole other show, buddy. Then you've got another classic one would be that is one of my favorites is Front Row. It's frontrowed.com, and it's Common Core Math. Okay. And another one would be MobyMax. That's one I like. I see some other people using things that are along those lines. But the bottom line is, what is the least exciting part of teaching? The least exciting part of teaching is getting that stack of worksheets and correcting them. That's the least exciting part. Sorry, somebody's delivering my new MacBook. The least exciting part of most teachers' lives is spending Sunday afternoon with a football or basketball game on. If you're Amy Fidejo, you'd be watching the Warriors, and trying to correct these stacks of paper. And then that data is already 3, 4, 5 days old to the kids, right? So with a dashboard, what's happening is I put kids on a program like MobyMax, Front Row Con, something like that, and now this is the key. I'm letting the computer grade the papers, but what I'm doing is watching the dashboard to see what kids need. It's a very different feel. And I think dashboards are a big idea for 2 main reasons. One is I get that energy back that I would have used to correct papers. Okay, I get that energy back, I get that time back. But the other piece is kids are getting feedback in near real time. And I can't tell you how many teachers I've talked to that have said, yeah, I tried Khan, I didn't really like it. And I said, were you using the dashboard? And they go,
The what?
dashboard? The dashboard? So all they were seeing is kids kind of going away and doing sort of like typing practice, except about math. And so that's my big thing right now with teachers is because there's a lot of teachers that are saying, hey, John, why should I invest this time in learning these technologies? Well, if you have a tool like Front Row, which is a free, or MobyMax, which is free, first of all, you have a Common Core tool right now. You don't have to wait for the big shiny circus box that's coming from the textbook manufacturers in the year 2018. You can start moving into Common Core type of stuff right away. It's free. Is it better in a one-to-one environment? Oh, yes. Okay, but if a teacher is the kind of person that's going to the lab once a week and just letting their kids do mini clip or something like that, this is a really effective way to maximize their educational time. So dashboards.
Yeah, and I just was reading that the business community, executives in the business community, want to see a dashboard instead of a spreadsheet.
Yep. And here's the big killer. What do we love about Google Forms? We love the summary, because we don't have to make the charts. That's why we love Google Forms. All that Google Form stuff is just a big activity to see the pie chart. And what's the weakness on some of the classic spreadsheet tools? You do all this work, you do all the survey, you do all that, and then you have to make what? All these charts. So the business community is getting that real-time numbers are a big idea. And so I think that there's a really strong reason for teachers to think that way. And again, you get weekends back. Kids get faster information. What's the bad part, right?
Hey, John, how do you feel about an app like Voxer?
Let me find out. I'm with the Bedley brothers right now, and I need to see how Voxer works. So if you guys could jump in, that would be awesome. You have great hearing, Scott.
I recognize that beep because I'm probably a Voxer addict.
Well, that was probably Amy on Lead Wild trying to jump into the conversation and tell me all the right answers, even though there's no questions yet.
Okay, so any other hot tips for us? Any cool apps that are coming out right now?
Yeah, my other two cool ones that are kind of under the radar, I've talked about one a little, but my other cool one is goformative.com. And I'm still moaning. I'm in no, moaning, that's wrong. Mourning. I left out a letter. It's a big difference. I'm still mourning the passing of Infuse Learning, which, that was the cool app that wasn't an app. It was a website where kids could draw their answers and then the teacher could see them all at once, right? Well, just as Infuse was shutting down, GoFormative appears. And GoFormative allows teachers to make assessments that are standards-based, that have a built-in calculator. They can track generalized ideas of what's going on in Common Core. But the killer app there is kids can draw their answers. Mm-hmm. So I can literally just tell my class, hey, number 14 on today's math, everybody do 14 and go formative right now, and I will tell you how you're doing before you leave today. That's a really cool application. And then the answer pad, it's theanswerpad.com, very analogous look to Go Formative. Go Formative I would classify as being a little richer, a little deeper, but the answer pad is nice because it's very light and easy. So they each have their strengths, and you know what? They're free. You can use them both. You don't have to use just one.
Hey, John, what do you think about something like Pear Deck, JRGO?
Oh, yeah.
We were messing around with that this last weekend.
It's amazing how many school districts don't have Pear Deck turned on, and it's how much?
Free.
Free. But to give the listening audience... Yeah, wait a minute. $1 million. What Pear Deck does is it's in a similar vein to, say, like a Nearpod or something like that, but it works right in Google Docs, so you don't have to learn another app. And what's great is it's spaced repetitions. You can have 2 or 3 slides, survey, 2 or 3 slides, survey, 2 or 3 slides, survey. So again, it's very much like a dashboard where you're getting real-time feedback on how the class is doing, so that when they go out the door, you don't yell this, read chapter 5, there's a test on Friday. What you're doing is, you guys kicked butt today. I saw your actual data, and I'm going to watch the football game on Sunday. Very much a happier teacher. Very much happier. Yes, good money sound. So, but I think it puts you in that model. And one of the cool things, just again for folks who haven't heard of Pear Deck or Nearpod, what's nice is the teacher has a totally different view than the students. So what the teacher's putting up on screen is what the kids need to see as a group. But what the kids are seeing on their screen is what the kid needs to see as an individual. So it's a really cool option, and I think you're right. Pear Deck is not getting nearly enough play. It is a really cool free plugin for Google Apps.
Well, I mean, you just gave me my weekend back in terms of grading papers, but now it's gone looking at all these apps and stuff, these websites, right?
You're supposed to work on the weekends if you're a teacher, so which one would you rather do?
Yeah, I'd rather be playing on my device.
At least you're on the device.
Straight up. Straight up.
All right, John. Well, some awesome ideas, and we're going to switch gears right now, if you don't mind.
It's not like you're going to let me change it.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, you'll take it under consideration and then stay on the agenda.
Okay. Well, John, you are the authority on educational app smashing, but now, this time of the show, it's time to play a little game we're calling Smash This, John Corippo.
Love it. I love one of my favorite things to do when I was in construction was demolition, so bring it on, boys.
Okay. We're going to ask you 3 questions about smashing.
Okay.
Scott, tell our audience who John will be playing for today.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Corippo will be competing for one Miss is Amy Fade G. She's a principal at a grade school up in Petaluma, California. If John's able to answer 2 out of 3 questions correctly, Amy, yes, Amy, will be awarded a free download of the album from the ridiculously popular Rockin' the Standards band. Amy, let's hope that John has some smashing good answers.
I'm just sharing her Twitter handle.
There it is. Tweet at her.
At Amy Fadeji, hashtag lead wild.
Okay, John, here's your first question. In 2013, a prank YouTube video went viral where young men were videoed in a store smashing what? Is it A?
Gallon containers of milk and juice. The prankster smashed 2 plastic containers together, spilling liquid all over the floor, while other customers, ignorant that the young men were doing this as a prank, panicked at the sight.
Or is it B?
Their own heads.
I'm loving that choice. I am loving that choice. Can I see this video now, please?
The 2 young men had wigs on with protective material under them, but the clerk at the checkout counter didn't know this and assumed that the unconscious customers had actually passed out on the floor.
That is a total Niehoff Corippo move. I'm just saying.
Okay. Or could it be C?
Apps. The malicious malware shot video of themselves shooting video using their iPads, editing it in iMovie, and then exporting it to an action movie, all while yelling, "We love John Corippo!" Police didn't find their little joke to be so funny, though.
Okay, so...
Okay, I know the answers. What was the question again?
The question is, what YouTube video in 2013 went viral? What were they smashing? Were they smashing A, gallon and milk juice containers, B, the prankster's own heads, or C, apps?
Can I phone a friend?
No.
Wrong game show.
Can I tweet a friend?
Oh, sure. Go ahead and tweet a friend.
No, I'm gonna go with the milk jugs. I'm gonna go with the milk jugs on the idea that was a viral concept for a while. So I'm gonna play the odds on that one. That was big.
That is correct, Mr. Corippo.
1/3 of the way home, Amy. 1/3.
No, you only have to get 2 out of 3 right.
I want to do all 3 though. Maybe
Who wants to get less than 100%? 67% is not exactly an A.
You guys are totally messing up that multiple choice rule if the longest answer is correct. You're totally wrecking that rule.
You got it, John.
What if every answer is 5 paragraphs?
And I've got to read it. Thanks a lot.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. So, John, next question. You're an expert on app smashing, but how much do you know about the rock band The Smashing Pumpkins?
Oh.
Ah. Okay.
I have to go to Wikipedia here a little bit.
Here are no Wikipedia. Come on.
Are you guys from Smarter Balance too? Is there an air app on this show?
Here are 3 little-known facts about our favorite smashing band, but only one is actually true. Is it A?
The Smashing Pumpkins originally called themselves the Smashing Jack-O-Lanterns, but the band's leader, Billy Corrigan, grew a distaste for the name, thinking it's a bit too proper sounding for a punk band.
Or is it B?
The Smashing Pumpkins' original drummer, Jimmy Chamberlain, is a multi-talented musician who plays several instruments very well. In fact, Jimmy wrote, performed, and produced the theme music for the popular 80s kids show Inspector Gadget.
There. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
Exactly.
Or could it be C?
Go Go Gadgets. Sorry. Oh, wait. C. Many of the songs from the 1994 album Siamese Dream were written by Corrigan in a parking garage where he was living at the time. This album would later rise to the number 10 on the U.S. charts, prompting the question, could homelessness be one surefire recipe for music success?
Wow.
So,
where do you guys find these at Snopes?
the three
That's ridiculous.
answers are about Smashing Pumpkins. The Smashing Pumpkins. The original name was Smashing Jack-O-Lanterns. That's A. B. Jimmy Chamberlain's connection to Inspector Gadget. Or is it C. Songs written in a parking garage?
This is hard. I'm going to go with B. I'm going to go with Chamberlain, just on the sentimental Gadget song.
The correct answer was that.
You got me on the sentimental aspect.
Yeah. The actual correct answer is that Corrigan was writing songs from a parking garage for their album. And this
That's
was
rad.
Amy, you've lost. Oh, wait, sorry. You get one more chance.
Yeah, one more chance. Okay, so
One more. Don't cut me off, boys.
final question. All right. Give it your best shot. Now, which of the following is an actual smashing business? An actual smashing business. Is it A?
Smash Dinner, an upscale New York restaurant where chefs prepare fine delicacies only to have the waitress or waiter smash the food right in front of your eyes?
Or is it B?
The Smashing Loft is a therapeutical experience located in Hamburg, Germany. Clients find relief for sore joints, back pain, and other physical ailments by lying face down on a foam table while a large lead blanket, similar to those used at a dentist's office, but only much heavier, smashes their body into submission. Ah! The smashing good feeling of the Smash Loft. Sponsored by the Smash Loft.
I have not heard of that.
Or is it C?
Sarah's Smash Shack, a San Diego shop where customers pay to smash things. The smashing is done in special soundproof break rooms where customers outfitted in coveralls, boots, gloves, and helmets, but not goggles, stand behind a chest-high barrier and hurl breakables at a stainless steel covered wall. Smashing.
One of these three businesses is actually real. Is it Smash Diner? Is it the Smashing Loft? Or is it Sarah's Smash Shack?
See, this just went from fun to work because, after the first one is right, you're telling me how cool I am. I got this, right? And then now if I blow it, I will never hear the end from Amy.
We gotta make you sweat.
I'm gonna go with what seems like the most attractive to me personally, which would be the Smash Shack. That would be if one of those is true, that's the one I would want.
Oh, you did it, John! It is the Smash Shack. It's actually a business.
I am susceptible to weird German businesses, so I really did think about that one.
There actually is a business down there where they give you like china plates and stuff
That's
like
rad.
that. And you just chuck it against this wall to take out your aggressions.
Well, I don't know if this is still up and running, but I saw this maybe 8 years ago. You can go to communist China and shoot any weapon that they have, up to cannons, as long as you buy the ammunition. They charge you to shoot, and you just made me think of the same thing. You're like, hey, I would love to shoot the 23mm quad cannon, and then you pay them $4,000 for the ammo and shoot them up. So I think there's a definite future in businesses like that.
If anyone's listening out there and would like to sponsor John Corippo's trip to China to blow stuff up,
I will work out chemistry and physics somehow. It'll be educational.
So Scott, why don't you tell us how John did on today's quiz?
John, you got 2 out of the 3 correct, and that's good enough to be a winner. Congratulations! You've just won absolutely nothing. But Amy Fadeji from Petaluma just won a free Rockin' the Standards download. Edu Rockalicious music for 2nd through 5th-ish grade.
Or 6th. All right, John. So thanks so much for coming on the show today and winning an album for Amy and telling us about some EdTech tools.
Sure.
Where can your fans connect with you in the future?
The interwebs, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. Do you mean like face-to-face, F2F kind of stuff?
Like give us your Twitter handle or a website.
My Twitter handle is @jcorippo. I have a policy of answering all tweets, so if people tweet me, I will answer. I'm really good at sorting out spammers, so if you look like you're some dude selling weird, phones from China, I'm probably not going to answer, so just be aware of that one.
Unless you get you into that weapons thing that you were sharing about.
Now, if you're from China and you're offering me a good price on 23mm ammunition, hopefully uranium tipped, and now we're talking. That's a whole other thing. My big summer plans are going to be rockstar camps all over the place. Let's see. Okay, May 2nd, I'm going to be at Teco de Mayo down at Imperial County. May 9th, I will be with Amy Fadeji up at NBQ there. That's going to be a rad setup. They got some really cool people coming in, and it's really cheap to go for the day. Check out NBQ, CUE. Got rockstar camps all over the place. And California is just about sold out, so if anybody wants to check out some of those, we have 4 seats in Oxnard, 6 at Manhattan Beach. Vegas and Crescent City have a lot of space, so if you like to be really hot in the summer, Vegas is looking good. If you like to be really cold in the summer, Crescent City has space. And then we have some camps out in Boston, and we have one in Michigan too, so that kind of uses up my whole summer doing that kind of stuff. And I'm really...
To learn more about those, John.
QRockstar.org, and it's the QRockstar camps are the kind of camps where it's about people and face-to-face and hands-on. We don't do 6 sessions a day like a classic conference, and we have a kind of a goal, but we're not as structured. Not as unstructured as unconference. So we're trying to meet right in the middle there, right? Cool people, good stuff. Let's see what happens. We do have session ideas for the day, but we get off track a lot, and it's fun.
Very cool. Hey, John, thanks so much for joining us and sharing your time. We really do appreciate it.
I'm just glad that I could make it happen for Amy and all the poor kids at her school who have to, deal with the realities of Amy being their boss and pushing them academically and getting them all the way through college for free. Because I think that's what she's promised them, is she'll put them all through college.
Well, now they get to listen to rock music while they're learning, right?
Yeah. I would suggest playing this music at recess every day.
John, I think you're getting Amy and Michael Scott of The Office confused.
That's possible. It's possible.
I don't know how.
All right, John, we'll come on again soon, please.
Anytime, guys. Have a great one.
Thank you, my friend, and thank you for watching.
Mom and Dad.
Woohoo! Thanks, Mom and Dad.